everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. Today I have a journal flip through for you. This is my May project for Release the Craftin's Beltane journaling kit. I will link below her Etsy shop and the information about this kit. For the purposes of this video, I will only talk about the things in detail that are from the kit. There are other digitals and other things used within this book, but I will highlight specifically the Release the Craftin kit parts because that's what this journal is all about. So thank you for joining me today. This is a big book, so this walkthrough will be probably a little long. I will try to go as quickly as I can, but I suggest you get a cup of tea or coffee and cozy up and just enjoy watching this flip through. So this book, it took me to like a really fun place creatively, as I find these kits that I'm working with are definitely doing. I really feel like I learn something new creatively each time I tackle something new that I haven't worked with before thematically. So what I did, I've been collecting over the last few weeks. I've been doing a lot of foraging and I've been collecting lots of things from nature and making ephemera and things from it. So this book cover, I'm just looking for an example here. This book cover is actually made from the bark of the Austrian pine tree. So there's several large ones in a place that I walk, and they have these naturally shed layers of just beautiful bark, and I was able to put them together like puzzle pieces on the cover of this book. It is a hardcover book, and basically all of these pieces are all put together, and I have sealed them underneath layers and layers of lacquer so that they are smooth to the touch. There's no sharp edges or anything like that as you run your hand over it. And then I've affixed this round circle of silk flowers and thistles because the theme, of course, is Beltane. So the fabric that you see here on the cover, on the spine and on the back of the book, as well as the tie, they're all made from my own eco-dyed, rust-dyed fabric. It's cotton, and on the spine I've created these ribs like you know, an old book. This book is like a tome. It is quite large. It has 8 signatures, and at the top I've done like this mandala style sort of just a decorative like top for the book, and I've added colorful embroidery flosses. The button itself is wood, and it sort of reminded me of the ribbons around a maple. So I've used different kinds of texture products and paints to make this cover look kind of mossy, and some of this is just the iron and eco printing, the rust dyeing. So the book does tie together with this cloth. It's all part of the same piece of rust-dyed cloth, and it is embedded completely through the spine of the book. So it's a good, strong tie. So let's open it up. Okay. When you open this book up, you'll see that the same fabric is carried through onto the inside of the book, covering the full inner sort of spot for the end paper and the spine. Then on the front and back both, I've used this embroidered vintage doily. I loved the colorful floral pattern, and I felt like it really spoke to the theme. I thought it went well with Beltane and the colors of this kit. So on the first page, we begin with a bunch of things from the kit. So this first page here is a page from the kit with these botanical, you'll see themes of botanicals, deer, feathers, like fairy lights, maples, oak leaves, you know, all sorts of just different things, antlers, moon phases. You're going to see a lot of those kind of beautiful themes through this book. So I will tell you when we reach pages that are from the kit and items that are from the kit. So these two labels, Merry Meet Again and Beltane, are from the label page of the kit, as is this envelope. It's so pretty. And inside I've actually taken 3 of these tickets and I've kept them together because I just really liked how they looked. And I just kept it as a journaling card and just kept it together because it fit so nicely in this envelope, and I thought it was a really fun kind of a piece. So the whole thing just pops together like that, and I have a rusty paper clip holding everything on here. All the paper clips in this book I rusted myself. Coffee dyed paper, and this is some really nice sparkly embroidery lace. And this is a beautiful book page of just this young girl and a tree, and there's a bunch of young boys all dressed together in the same outfit. This is actually from the vintage book, The Wild Swans. And on this page, it's the same young girl on a beach, and there's a bunch of swan feathers here. This is one of my botanically dyed pages, and I've also used some vintage book page and just done a little bit of collaging. I just like how that looks. It just gives a nice effect. This page is from a magazine. It was a beautiful marbled page, and I've added this tab that matches this tab, both in like a black cracked wood fabric. This pocket is an image from a vintage book of this like moon headpiece, and this person is just in a beautiful garden watering flowers, and it's kind of dark and interesting. This tag is from the kit. It has this antler on it. It's very beautiful. Avocado dyed paper, and just some more of that interesting art from a magazine. And then on this page, you'll see a lot of my own hand dyed construction paper through this book. This is the first page of it. The label is from the kit. It says "In the Circle," and I just stitched around in kind of a free form round method to do a little window to go and look through it, these beautiful flowers. So this is a gorgeous image, and you just flip it up, and it's actually all extra writing space. So it's a flip up, and then you have this nice green paper beneath. And on this side, you'll see this bird, and it says "Peace and Happiness." This is a page from the kit with these beautiful tiger lilies, and there's like a dark forest in the background and some black flowers down here and feathers. And this is just a botanical background of trees, and I've sewn in some silk flowers. This is the center of the first signature. This is a page from the kit. This is just a little patch of fabric. More dyed papers. This is avocado dyed paper, and more of that interesting pretty art on top from this marbled page. And this is just a long piece of avocado paper just for some extra writing. So it just flips over the top of this page with a rusty paper clip here. This page has been stitched around. This is another of my eco-printed papers with some collaging from vintage book page, and the colors in this came out just beautifully. I'm really happy with them. This is a really nice vintage book page that I thought went nicely with the Beltane theme. So it's like a girl in sort of a, looks like a graveyard, and there's just this really cool monument of like a goat man with his arms broken off looking down on her. And there's a deer with her, of course. And then on this side we have this large tabbed pocket from the kit. And it has the moon, some antlers, botanicals, and this beautiful sparrow flying over. And the inside is a Beltane scene with some flower petals at the bottom. This is a journaling tag of just a girl dressed as for a Beltane, and she's just looking into a river. And I've stenciled some dahlias on the back. And that just tucks up in here. And then this side is some nice grungy coffee dyed paper, and I've stitched on it and added some eucalyptus leaves that are stitched right on. This is a little round pocket with a butterfly, and inside we have, this is a cabinet card from the kit, and I added this little image of whom I think would be, it's black and white, but I think she's probably a very freckly faced, ginger haired, lovely young girl, and I added this tiger lily card inside because I just felt like this is probably very close to her aesthetic. And the card as well as the envelope are both from the kit. And then on this side of coffee dyed paper, we have a fabric flip up, and this is that nice cracked wood fabric with a silk flower and some hand dyed fabric stitched at the top. And here we have, this is from a book, and it says, "Weaving spiders, come not here, hence you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetles black, approach not near, worm nor snail, do no offense." So there's 3 ladies up here, and there's some branches that go down to a spider's web, and at the bottom I've just added some loose netting muslin, and I've added some green trim on the side with some little leaves there. That whole thing pops up for extra writing space with a rose at the top there. It's on coffee dyed paper. And then these are all pieces from the kit. So I'll take the tag out and let you look. This is the end of the first signature and the beginning of the second. So you see the maypole, lots of botanicals. This little pocket here has the moon phases and this nice sort of half wreath of branches and a little bird. And then the tag is like a dark forest, and it just pops right on inside this pocket. And then these are all, this is actually a background from a different kit from the same Release the Craftin, and this is all dyed paper, and I've stitched on another silk flower bundle there, and that's a side pocket. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I've been doing a lot of foraging for botanicals to use in making like specimen cards and different kinds of fun ephemera. So this is a journaling card with these lovely little seeds and needles from a plant, and it's all been trapped under acetate and stitched around, and the back is just for more writing space. These are dyed papers, construction paper, and coffee dyed doily paper with stenciling. Another page from the kit. This one has oak leaves and really nice layering of backgrounds, florals, and some fairy lights and feathers. Just some botanical printed pages, more dyed papers, avocado dyed. And then this is the center of the second signature. It's just this lovely young girl kind of kissing this, I guess it's like a caribou or a reindeer in the wintry woods. This is from a vintage book. And then this is more of the eco-printed fabric, and I've stitched some birch bark and a silk flower up top, and I connected this within the signature so it would be trapped there. So this is a fabric flip up, but it's like you could write a little secret there and they kind of like go back, they connect. And then this page is just a nice botanical page, but it has this flip out. This is from the kit. Nice botanicals, and there's some flames here. And then this is a kit page as well with some antlers. There's lots of layering of leaves, fairy lights, a crystal down below. Lots of beautiful colors in this kit. It feels very like fresh and kind of springy, but also warm with lots of gold tones. This is more of my coffee dyed paper and stenciling and construction paper. And then this is a little writing space, a little flip, and you'll see on the back, this is from a vintage art book. It's just a depiction of this young lady kind of like forlorn lying in this dark woods. And on this side, we have a pocket that's made from a vintage illustration of some like kind of like fairy, maybe bat type like women that are in a dark forest in a fairy circle of mushrooms. And I added these little silk flowers, and I pulled out the definition from the dictionary of Beltane, and there's also eco-printed fabric on there, and it's a pocket that holds onto this lovely big flip out. It has grungy coffee dyed paper on the back, and then this beautiful lovely girl on the front. So that just tucks right down here. And then this is another page from the kit with roses and an acorn and more oak leaves. And then this is some vintage fabric. I really love these greens. And another page from the kit with some nice botanicals. And then this is a tag with some like sort of fairy goblins that are offering fruit to this lovely girl in the woods. And it's backed in dyed paper. Another botanical page and an eco-printed page with a little leaf there and some book page collage. This is another page from the kit with beautiful tiger lilies and other flowers and crystals and leaves, and it's kind of like it guides you into like the light in a forest. This is just a botanical page. Then this is a belly band from the kit that has these beautiful moons on it, tiger lilies and crystals. I love the colors, and I just had to make a fun journaling card to go with it. So this is actually a shaker card that has glitter and sequin, like large glitter inside. It's all trapped inside, and it's another image of those fairy goblins and this lovely group of girls sitting in like a semicircle having a story read to them. And it's trapped under acetate with coffee dyed paper on the back. And this is coffee dyed paper and just this lovely botanical woman, vintage wallpaper, and this green paper with a rusty paper clip holding. These are all tags, but it's like a triptych. It's from the kit, and because it was a nice, they just went together so well, I didn't separate them. I added these dyed sort of hole reinforcers, and I kept it as a triptych. So that just clips on here. And then this page is a beautiful book page. I thought it went nicely with the theme because it's this big sun over this really interesting forest. And this side is just botanicals and some dyed construction paper. And we have paper clipped onto the construction paper. We're at the center now of the second signature. And this is a large journaling tag. This is one of my favorite parts of the Release the Craftin kit. So she makes these gorgeous tags. And this really kind of encapsulates the feeling of this whole kit to me. It's got a lot of the elements and the colors, and I just really think it's beautiful. It just clips on here. And then this page is also from a book, and I thought just the overall theme and feel of the page, it really went with the Beltane theme. And there's a little tip out here. This is just some nice like old French text paper with some illustrations. And then this is another image from a book. So it's like a girl kind of, oops, let me just untangle myself from the woods here that have followed me. So this girl's just kind of cradling him, and there's flowers all around, and there's some others in the background in the trees. And so that's a pocket, like a tuck up pocket. And when you pull this on out, you get this big journaling card that's been collaged. So that just tucks on up there. And then some nice green paper. And then this is vintage wallpaper. And this tag is made from avocado dyed paper, front and back. And I have affixed down some lovely botanicals. It's a shaker card. There's seeds in there. And they're from the silver dollars that are affixed down. And they're all trapped under acetate, stitched around. And then these two labels are from the kit. They say as above, so below. And so that just clips right on this page. And this is just some leafy, nice botanicals, coffee dyed paper. And that's another nice botanical page. This is a page from the kit, and it's kind of like looking into a dark wood with the tiger lily and some like purple heart leaves and just beautiful botanicals. This is more of my eco-printed paper. More botanicals. And a deer and these like lovely little lights. These are both pages from the kit, and this is moon phases and more botanicals. This is a pocket from the kit, and it has like a hanging crystal. It's sort of like a billfold pocket, and it's backed with Ernst Henkel illustration. And then inside I've made this journal card of just these butterflies from like a butterfly, scientific butterfly book. So that just pops right inside this pocket. And then more of my coffee dyed lace paper. And then this page, you'll see I have both sides of this paper in here, and it's just a bunch of beautiful like caribou swimming in a lake in the mountains. And on this side, still from the same article, majestic wanderers and these lovely mushrooms here. And then this is more just writing space. It is dyed construction paper. And this journal card that I made, it's sort of like some fairy folk and a little elf the kind of dancing around a tree, and lots of flowers and thistles. And then I've added these little pieces of gold fabric around and stitched all around it. It's backed with avocado dyed paper, and it just clips on there. This is a page from the kit, this beautiful golden with the fairy lights and moons and botanicals. Another botanical page. And then this is a fabric pocket from some vintage fabric. And I've just stitched some leaves up on this page. This is watercolor botanical dyed paper. And then this is just a large journaling card, flip out, that's a bunch of like little sort of people and a dog just all dancing around under a linden tree. So I thought it was very fitting for Beltane. And then this is more of my botanical dyed paper. This is actually another background from a different release, the Craftin kit. I often use her backgrounds because they're really nice in all sorts of journals. So I've added a tiny eyelet here and embroidery thread holding on to this leaf. So as I mentioned, I've been doing lots of foraging lately for botanical things to make ephemera, and this is just a ghost leaf it's very imprinted, like in just the skeleton of the leaf. I don't know if I have any hanging around me that I could show you, but you've probably seen them before. And then I affixed it down on just some nice taupe cardstock, so it's like a little journal card that's connected. This is a page from the kit, and I love this Merlot background. There's some Celtic kind of imprinting here, you know, an ode to the Scottish tradition of like Beltane, and then these beautiful feathers and botanicals, crystals. This is from a coloring book page, and it's been colored in just in the center, sort of like a wreath of color. And then up here we have a paper clip holding on to this little cabinet card from the kit, and I just place these little girls inside that are at a Beltane just dancing around the maypole. And then there is a piece of a fern up here stitched on. And then this is more of the coloring book page. The other side of that page from the kit with that lovely Merlot. And then this is just like an old piece of, like, I think Belgian art from an art book, and I just added some flowers and a dragonfly and inked the whole thing to make it more cohesive to the theme. And then this is another piece of my botanical ephemera. It's an oak leaf on vintage book page, and avocado paper on back. More botanically dyed paper with stitching of leaves and a little pansy there. And then this side is just a kind of botanical page with a pocket from the kit. And this is a tag from the kit with the big maypole, and I added some fabric on top. Another page from the kit. And then this is a vintage botanical photography book, and I've added some gold bright kind of trim just to kind of bring the whole gold feeling of this page spread together. And inside the belly band is this large fold out, it's avocado on the back, and I've it's two deer running through like a snowy wood, and I've stitched some leaves here and stitched all around it, and it just pops in here. And then this side we have this little fairy on these mushrooms. And there's the other side of that beautiful image of the caribou swimming in the mountains there. And then this is more coffee dyed lace paper. This is an Ernst Henkel illustration, and in the little rusty paper clip here we have an authentic 1950s photograph of rose bushes. And this is a page from the kit, now a little bit darker with this burlap background and the darker moon phase. And this is another page from the kit. And it's a lace belly band that goes across. And then this is a piece of ephemera that I made. It's a journaling card with this deer on coffee dyed paper with some paint and some sequins and lace, and that just tucks right on in here. Little butterflies. More dyed paper. This is from a vintage gardening book, and I sort of did like a nice vintage feeling stitch all around it. Avocado dyed paper. And then this is just a nice book page that kind of is illustrated in this like golden brown and depicts sort of like relationships of like women and their children and like a pantry, and it just felt sort of like it would exist in like an English village where a Beltane might be happening. Vintage wallpaper and botanical dyed paper. This is from a vintage garden book as well. This is botanically dyed blue paper. More construction paper that's been dyed, and this is a pocket that's been collaged with one of the labels from the kit that says "Blessed Be," and a journal card inside made from a book page that says "A cloudless day was dawning." This is from an art book. It's a watercolor painting by Molly Lamb. And then some lovely leafy handmade paper. Then this little snippet page with the botanicals, the antler, all of that, it's from the kit. And I love this like green shade. I don't know what it's called, but I really love it. There's more of it in this tag, which is also from the kit. And then this is a cabinet card that's also from the kit. And it has, I've just placed this image of this girl coming out of like a castle. And that's the back. And then we're at the center now of, I think, the fourth signature, third signature, sorry. So these are the antlers and botanicals. I just really love this page spread. And then this is another background from another kit from Release the Craftin. And then these two pieces are from the kit, Merry Meet and this little star in this wreath. This is a pocket that I've collaged and with one of the labels that says As Within. That's from the kit. And inside the pocket, and it's backed with more of that handmade leaf paper, this is the maypole little tag from the kit. And then this is another tag that I made with this lovely image from a book of this lady riding a horse. And it has cabbage dyed paper on back. And then this is a large journal tag that I made just from this book image of these pretty wild onions. And I thought it was a really nice, it's collaged on the back with avocado paper. I just thought it was nice colors that kind of went with this page itself with the dyed construction paper. This is more of that dyed blue paper, and I've added some of that black wood crackle fabric down the side and stitched it on. This is a page from a vintage garden book. This is more botanically dyed paper. And then here, this is a page from the Edith Holden book, The Edwardian Lady. It's the biography of Edith Holden. And I left a picture of her and her sister here just in the woods. I thought it was just very sweet. And then this is a gate pocket that I made with this botanical and lots of collaging and fabric. And it's just a little area of this nice kind of minky mauve brown construction paper for more writing. This is all avocado dyed paper, and I've sort of torn out this little middle section here where you can see these little deer. And I stitched around this page with more of that very vintage feeling kind of stitching because it's from a vintage garden book. Then this is more of my coffee dyed lace paper. This is another background from Release the Craftin. This is a page, both actually are pages from the kit. So this one has sort of flames in the back and some botanicals. I've added this lace belly band and another of my, this is a specimen card that I made with some resined flowers. And it's just a journal card. And then it just pops right on in the belly band. And I've actually stitched some branches on the side of this belly band as well, right here. And then again with this green that I love so much with these fairy lights and this antler, it's just beautiful. And a botanical page. This is a dark green piece of paper, and I've made a pocket with this vintage image of a barn window, and you can see inside the window like an old table with wild apples on it. And then this is a tag from the kit of this beautiful deer, and I've stitched some fabric up top, and it's actually backed with like a floral light paper that you could write on top of. And then this is more of my construction paper that I've dyed, and I've added some little book page butterflies and one of the labels, her in bulk from the kit. Another label from the kit that says sew without, and then I've added this sheath of vintage wallpaper. This is tea dyed scrapbook paper, batik scrapbook paper, some stenciling. This page is just very old 1800s book page and a little bit of botanical in the background, and a botanical sticker, and then just a beautiful watercolor painting of flowers. This is one of my rust dyed and eco printed kind of pages, watercolor paper. This is another page from the kit, a little bit darker in the botanicals with some beautiful gold, another deer. And then this is the center of the fifth signature. Where are we? Fifth signature. Okay. And this is Ernst Haenkel. And then another page from the kit. This is more of my eco-printed paper. Another of those old 1800s book page with a botanical sticker, and another watercolor painting. And then on this side we have a pocket made from a botanical sort of science book page. And what I did was I added this little journal card in here, and I've stenciled it all together so these leaves kind of meet up with these ones. And when you pull it out, this piece of paper has just this beautiful deer. It's an illustration by Glenn Lotes, and on the back just little bits of grass there. And so that just pops in there. And then this is from a gorgeous book, a book page of just this child in these beautiful wildflowers. And on the back we have Summer Sun. Great is the sun and wide he goes, through empty heaven without repose. And in the blue and glowing days, more thick than rain, he showers his rays. And this is more of my botanically dyed construction paper. And then this is just a fabric flip with this beautiful butterfly and botanical fabric that's, I don't know if you can tell, but all the lines around everything are gold. And then this is just a dark green paper, and there's a little envelope here that's actually from the kit. And you open it on up, and then there's this little journal snippet page with this little flames on it on a beautiful colored background, and it just sits inside there, and that is peacock feathers and poppies. And so that is from the kit, and it just pops on here, and I've used a rusty paper clip to just fix it on. And then this is just like a botanical page with sort of like a frame. Now this is a page from the kit in that gorgeous green again. I'll try to hold it up a little so that we lose that glare. There we go. And this is another page from the kit. I just wanted this spread, this sort of sparkly butterfly here, and there's a lot of botanicals in the background. And then just a little avocado dyed doily to go with this nice black background. This is another eco-printed paper. This is a page from the kit. It has the flames, and it has the some sort of ivies in the background, or ferns, and some little kind of fairy butterflies, and the moon phases. This is another botanical page. Then I've just stitched some nice lace on the side of this construction paper that I dyed. And then this is like an ivy printed, it's actually a page from like a wedding registry book where like you would write down all of your gifts. And then on this I made a little flip out with just this beautiful art image and collage I've stitched around it. Then on this page, which is more dyed construction paper, this is another large tag from the kit. Just gorgeous. And I've stitched some of my fabric on top, so it's sort of like a thematic thing all the way through the book. You get a lot of that eco-printed cotton, or rust printed cotton, rather. It's rust and botanicals together. And then more just coffee dyed papers and a background from Release the Craftin. This label is from the kit. I believe you get 3 of these labels in the kit in different colors. And it's a little pocket here that I made from just this picture of these women picking flowers. Let me just hold the book a little bit up so you can see it. Okay. And then this is a tag from the kit with this large fairy butterfly, another of those labels, crystals, botanicals, and I've just done some sequins up at the top on a nice piece of sari embroidery. And then this is the center of the 7th signature, and it has the maypole, and it's actually lined paper, and it's got beautiful like fairy lights and colors all around it. It's very much like a celebration page. And more of that ivy paper, and more dyed construction paper. Then this page, this is a pocket up top, and it's an old art image of this like beautiful woman in a boat, and it says Merry Part. That's a label from the kit. It's been backed with cork paper, and it's on a botanical background. And then this is actually a page from a Rupi Kaur book. She's a local author. The book is The Sun and Her Flowers, and it says, I spent the entire night casting spells to bring you back, and it has little candles there. And that just pops up here. And this is the another page from the kit with this flame and the little fairy butterflies here. And then this is more of my eco-printed paper. The avocado doily background, 2 more pages from the kit, botanicals, just more beautiful gold. And then this is a flip out from the kit. You could also use these papers as pockets if you wanted to, but I like having them as tip outs. This is another Release the Craftin background. Like I said, I use her backgrounds often in my journals because they're just really like ethereal and nice. Then this is cabbage dyed paper with lace, and I've left a little cutout there where you can see these little birds all perched on a branch. Then we flip over here and we have like a triple pocket that's been made from a vintage book page, and there's a bird here, and then it's got pocket, pocket, pocket. So in the top 2 pockets, these are actually both tags from the Beltane kit. Then on the side, I've used some nice lace here on the side, and I made a journal card just with this beautiful image. It's from an art book, and I just felt like the coat and her hair were so pretty, and it could be like a girl at a Beltane just sitting in a flower field, and it's black on the background. This is actually another Release the Craftin background. So maybe you could write something kind of, you know, secretive or magical on the back, and maybe some white jelly pen. This is coffee dyed paper, and this is another page from the kit. This is an Ernst Haeckel background. Then this is more of my eco-printed paper. On top is this large journal card that uses a label, actually 2 labels from the kit, this one and this one that says Ostara. And this is all like a collage from a vintage book. And I've done some like rub-off postmarking on it, and it's held on with a rusted paper clip. More of my coffee dyed lace paper. And then this is the center of the final signature, and it is from a magazine, but the colors of this painting, all of it, all together, are just so brilliant that this is probably one of my favorite pages in the entire book. So let me just open this up here. And I'll pull these out to begin with and just show you what the page itself looks like. So outside of the kit itself, this is my favorite page of this book. And so these are pockets. So I folded up the back side of that page because it was a long magazine page. And then this is just some floral, what do I want to call it, ribbon. And there's like a girl here, and there's so many flowers, trees, the sun, and there's water pouring into a bowl that she's holding. Then I've made 2 large tags. Both have a lot of themes of just kind of botanicals and gold, and they are both stitched with some classic art on them, and they can both just slip and slide right on in here. Yeah, because I wanted a nice way to kind of end this and still tie in like the feel of the whole Beltane and the kit, and then that's the back side with just more of that beautiful painting. Let me just hold it up so we lose the glare so you can see the painting. Then this is another of my coffee dyed lace papers, botanical papers, more Ernst Haeckel. This is another page from the kit with these beautiful berries and flowers and nuts and crystals, more coffee dyed paper. And then this is from a book page, has these beautiful deer, and I did a little collaging at the bottom with a butterfly, thistles. This is cabbage dyed lace paper. This is another Release the Craftin background. Again, that ethereal feel. And then the final page is, of course, from the kit with botanicals and moon and fairy lights. And then at the back, another of those large pockets. And all I've put in here is just a little note from the bookmaker, which is me. And it's more of that fabric. And I just wanted to leave those pockets empty so that you could put some things in them. So that brings us to the end of this journal. So I really hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough, and that if you're interested in this kit, you can go to the Release the Craftin shop on Etsy, which I will link below. If you're interested in this particular journal, it will be posted in my shop probably not long after I post this video. So again, this is the Beltane May Release the Craftin project for the Release the Craftin design team, which I am lucky enough to be a part of. So I hope you have a beautiful day and you're enjoying your spring. All my social media information is down below in the description box, and I hope to see you here again soon. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.